So overall, I like your style. You've got a nice kind of still kind of body going on here. Not that you can have it moving much anyway with this type of equisizer, which is a good equisizer for more for core strength, working those muscles. So we've not got a lot of movement there, which is good. Okay, but your stick style technique I would change. Instead of, so when you go to use it, you spin it into the forehand, you just wave once up from here to here, okay, where I would want to be waving more using that area, which I can show and send you a video of what I mean on one of my exercises. Okay, also you come straight up, so you just come here and you just go boom straight up. You kind of go down here, up here, and then down, where again it's not necessarily wrong, okay, but there's better ways of using that technique to be more in rhythm. You know, a good comparison would be a baseball player waiting to strike a ball. He waves the bat in preparation, okay, and this is why you want to be waving more, okay. I'll go into that in a little bit more detail, but waving in the same direction as you're going to use the stick, okay, if that makes sense. Also, we want to wave the stick, then put the stick down, do a bit of pushing, even if it's just for a stride or two, just to allow the horse a chance to respond to the waving. Therefore, you might not need to use the whip behind the saddle. Obviously, in England, we have the 7-stick rule, and we need to abide by that. So it just gives us more opportunity to slow things up. So one, we want to wave it before striking, so wave, put down for a stride or two, then wave, then if needs be you then strike behind the saddle. I would strike differently. I would be waving more this way here, okay, then we come back, which is known as the trigger, okay, so we wave here, okay, just like a baseball player waving the bat before striking. Or imagine throwing a tennis ball. You get ready to throw it, then you come back behind your shoulder to then launch. So there's your waving. Then when you go to strike, you come back behind your leg, which is known as the trigger, okay. Then we come up here, obviously under shoulder height, then strike. It'll make a lot more sense if I was to show you on an equisizer. But what you're doing there is not wrong. Like your overall style, I would just change your stick use. One, to have the horse have more chance to respond. It looks a lot better from your point. Two, I would just change your style for a better leverage of, you know, of using your arm. Also, try and get your head or chin tucked in more. Lead with the top of your head. Imagine diving into a pool. You wouldn't dive in with your chin stuck out. You dive in with the top of your head. So lead with the top of your head. Again, I hope that makes sense. Again, I can do a video of this to illustrate what I mean in a little bit more clearer detail. But overall, I can see you can ride. I like your style. Another one would be, even though you're building up the pace, when you're in the full drive, I'd like to see your head tucked down. Whoops, hang on, undo that. I'd like to see your head tucked down and your arms, when they're at full extension, around by your ears. Hard to do when this isn't springing back and forth too much. But we want a nice pushing forward, okay? We can't literally can't come back on the same line. So when you bring your hands back to push them forward again, do they go under or do they go over to come back before then going forward again? Think about it. Well, they can't be on the same line. Near on impossible. You don't want to go over. Hang on, let's undo that. So you go forward. You don't want to go over, otherwise you'd be rowing because you'd be going backwards. Okay. But what we want to do is we want to go forward and slightly underneath. Forward, slightly underneath. Therefore, we're going this way. We're going forward, just like a horse gallops. Very hard to see it done, you know, through watching a jockey because it's very minute. It's, you know, it's very minor millimeters. But if you understand why you do what you do, you'll do it a lot better. But overall, really good. I'll have your feedback on what you think of my comments, as in, do you understand, therefore ask some questions, and I can show you a video of really basically what I'm trying to explain to you. Okay, all the best, and thanks ever so much.